Here's what she looks like, cut up into small sections. The next step is to power wash it, get all the rest of that dust off and that bubblegum release off that we put on it yesterday. Then what we'll do is we will let it dry pretty much and then permatique it, and then we'll let that dry and then we'll seal it. This is called permatiquing. It's next day antiquing. Do it. You just kind of, you don't really brush it all the way. I do. This is a first coat, so I kind of brush it on, but I leave it in the heavy spots. Now you can also spray permatique on, but it's not nearly as dark, so we went ahead and brushed it on. It's like swabbing a deck like you would on a boat. Swab it on. Depending on where you buy this stuff at, some places call it easy teak, some places call it permatique, some people call it next day antiquing. You want to stay kind of even with it and not leave any dribbles on it, because they can show up through. You can see how it stays in the veins. Permatique is aesthetic. Once you put it on, it's permanent. The only way to get it off is to sandblast it, so just remember that. Alright, give it a stir. Keep it good and stirred up. But if you ever do sandblast it, you can permatique it again later. You can permatique concrete that has not been sealed 5 years later. I go over why I like permatique over powdered release at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around. And if you would, smash that like button. That's what all the big YouTubers say, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Just make sure you cover it all, don't leave any spots bare. So they come with a little mixer, and that little bucket is 1 gallon, so you just fill up that mixer thing 3/4 of the way and then put the water in and stir it up real good. Here's what it looks like after got the first coat kind of on. It's going to take probably 3 coats. Got done permatiquing that section. This section over here is still wet. You can see how much it lightens up. I'm going to do 1 more coat going the opposite direction, and that should be it.
Doing a second coat right now. People want a pretty dark charcoal look, so that's what we're getting them. Just moving right along. Leaving a little darker color in some of the deeper pockets. Just let it kind of puddle up in those deeper pockets, and that leaves a little more color. And that's the way we do it. One thing you want to do is you want to keep it stirred up to make sure your color doesn't fall, separate the water. You can do that a little bit.
I just got done permatiquing the whole thing. That's almost dry there, so after we put sealer on, it'll be pretty dark. And it'll all lighten up to about what that square is. One thing I would say is don't put your bag of permatique back in your wet bucket, because it'll crustify, and then it's no good. That's after permatique. Woo! We just got back. We let that permatique set in overnight, and we are going to be sealing it today. It turned out really nice, really sharp. That's what she looks like. So first coat you don't want to put on super duper heavy. I know it looks like I'm putting it on heavy, but you really don't want to put it on any heavier than this. I'll back roll it with less sealer in my roller. It can bubble up if you put it on too heavy. Use that brush. Permatiquing's a lot cleaner, a lot easier than the regular stamp stuff, the old-fashioned way. Yep, there's some over there. Finished process. I'm going to show you guys how to do this in this video. So if you're interested in this kind of work, stick around and watch the video, and I'll show you exactly how to do this without getting so messy. Dad! I like about permatiquing, there's a few things. For one, you don't get nearly as dirty. It's a lot easier to control the color. I believe that the sealer bonds better. If you had that much coverage with powdered release, that roller wouldn't have stayed the same color. It would have had powdered release getting all over it. This roller stayed the exact same color the whole time I did it. If you've ever sealed stamp work before, you know how that powdered release just peels off on your roller, and then your roller just looks like the release. Well, this didn't do that at all. And you still get that antiquing in the dark spots. And that's it. See that bubble right there? Right there? That's for putting it on too thick. If you ever run into that situation and it dries, you come back the next day, you can just mix up some xylene and put it on it. Just back roll it with xylene, no sealer, and it'll get rid of those bubbles. The old sealers you could put on real thick, but this new stuff, I don't know what it is about it, you can't put it on that thick. You can make concrete that much easier and still get that desired look. I'm gonna do it, and I always try to share that the way I do it with you guys, so maybe you guys could learn something or try something new that might save a little bit of your time, because to be honest with you, I'm always short-handed. Geese. To be honest with you, I'm always short-handed. I'm always a guy short, well, most of the time. So we try to make it as easy as we can, make it have zero problems during the pour or anything like that. That is so important, not to have anything pop up, because you're planning for a perfect world. Always remember that. And things don't always go perfect, but that's another reason I like the PERMATIQUE better too, because it's just more forgiving. If you don't like something, leave it in the comment section and let me know. I do not mind that at all. Actually, I encourage it. So, but if you don't do any of that stuff, I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you learned something and we're entertained at the same time. But again, I appreciate you guys watching, and stay safe out there. Have a good one. If you guys learned how to permatique in this video and you're wondering what video I was referring to, take a look at this video right here. It'll show you exactly the stamp process and everything, the whole pour, and it's actually a really good video. Thanks.